Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to our Master of Command series. This game comes out in 2 days on the 27th, made by the Armchair Historian and his sort of gaming division. Real-time combat during the Frederick the Great campaigns, and this is Act 2 of the campaign. So in our previous video, we defeated the boss in the first act. We're on to the second act. Enemy armies are bigger, stronger, faster. And we are going to be fighting a battle here to start this off. This was taken from a Twitch live stream, but let's just get into this thing and fight our first battle of this video. There's a wood line in front of us. There's some high ground in front of us. I don't know that they have any high ground for their guns, so that at least is good. I don't like the idea of fighting the enemy in these wood lines where they've got an advantage, but okay. I don't know that wood line, you know, it'd be nice, and it doesn't seem like the game does this, but if the game had, like, oh, you're on a wood line, so the enemy can't see you because you're, you know, it does have line of sight, don't get me wrong, but are they shooting at my artillery? I can't really afford to lose these guys. We're gonna do some counter battery fire, I suppose. Their Jaegers are coming up. Where'd my cavalry go? I don't want to get the infantry shot to, or the artillery shot to pieces by enemy light troops before we can... Oh, god damn it, that's exactly what I was worried about. Their light troops immediately dispatched the one of the lighter of my two batteries. That's not a good start here. Fuck it, boys. Melee them before the rest of their army comes up. Rout these bastards. These guys are charging with their flank in the air. I assume Jaegers won't fare well on a melee, and this would seem to be borne out. Vensk has more experience of the Cantonists, so maybe he's gonna retreat. Oh, they're gonna retreat. Wow, okay. Alright, go charge these guys before the cavalry wrecks you. You guys are gone. Venskitz is doomed. This is just turning into a melee fight. Prussian hussars on the flank do a bunch of damage to the Kievskis. But I think they'll see those enemy horsemen off. What a cluster of a battle. They really drove me back and now they're going to charge me? Like that, though? That seems foolish. Kievskis are not going to hold on the right there. I'm hoping my boys melee better. Break them! Use the mass of your force and defeat them. Alright, we've broken their left. My right is breaking. How many cuirassiers do they have? 600? My boys here are in a little bit of trouble. My general's retreating. What's the morale situation? 31 to 52. Kievski's broke. But they held most of the enemy on the right there for quite a while. Alright, those guys are shattered. This should be all but done. Can you guys go take out those enemy artillery here? If they're going to shoot at you, you might be in some trouble, but it looks like they're aiming the wrong direction. 16 to 46 morale. No, this is Frederick the Great only. There's no invasion of Russia with Napoleon as far as I'm aware. Why are you retreating, you jerks? They didn't even shoot at you. You just didn't want to fight them. Oh, my cavalry shattered. Oh my god, 18 to 17. My general withdrew from the field, and I think that is the difference here. We might end up losing this thing. I've got these Jaegers, and that's it. Also these veteran muskets. We have 2 battalions of troops ready to fight. The rest are broken. My general wasn't killed, though, just routed. What a bloody mess. How much ammo does there already have left? 25 and 25. Okay, so the ammo on their artillery is not great. I'm doubtful that our boys will rally just because without my general out there, although our morale has improved slightly. Guys, can you just turn and shoot? These guys, we outnumber them heavily. Granted, the artillery does hurt. There we go. Enemy's retreating there. Hey, the Winnie the Pooh regiment rallied. Give him Pooh! Forwards. Gotta try and strengthen these troops by spreading them out a bit. Oh my god. All that melee, all those dead bodies. Look at them, it's glorious. Nothing like hell on earth. This... whatever the hell this is. They've got a lot more muskets. My muskets are covered up by my own boys. This is not an effective firing line. Just you'll notice troops with friendlies right in front of them will not fire their muskets. These guys on the left have a field of fire, but the troops on the right do not. And actually, their morale is now higher than my own. Is our artillery out of ammo yet? No. Almost, but not quite. The remaining ammo might be enough to defeat me. We'll improve our accuracy by dropping our bayonets for the moment. Remove your bayonets. .600 casualties inflicted versus 300 taken by this regiment. There we go. That regiment broke. Morale is still in their favor somehow. 4% versus 0, so one of their artillery batteries is out of ammo. Why is your morale so low? Why are we lower? It feels like we should be higher. They do have more regiments left, but 2 of ours have brigade commanders. Alright, all their artillery ammo should be expended now. The Winnie the Pooh unit is less experienced, I think, so they don't seem to have as strong of a... Oh no, they're retreating? Alright, this is not good. One more of these regiments retreating, and it might only take one more volley, may lose us the battle. Butchering! Butchers! With more butchery! Goddamn right. They're trying to move into position here to face my troops, which were threatening their flank. They've got a lot of experience, though. Only 600 muskets on the line, but they're a more experienced unit, which may prove enough. Winnie the Pooh is steady. Russian veterans are wavering, although who could say why? We outnumber them by almost 2 to 1. More, almost 3 to 1. Come on, boys, do your job. I would have hoped that that last volley would have been enough to finish them. They're below 600 men. Versus 1,700. I don't think my morale is good enough for any of my boys to charge. 4% difference here. They'll get their volley off first. Hopefully my boys can survive it. .560 left. Steady. At least they're shooting at the boys with the steady morale. Or they had been steady before that last volley. They also do have the cover bonus. Trying to close the range. They keep shooting at the Winnie the Poohs. I don't know how many more volleys the Winnies can take. The enemy's almost below 500 men. Halt here and shoot. Oh, they're retreating. They still have better morale than us as an army, but they have no more ammo on their artillery units, which have taken basically no losses. So I think one volley into each artillery unit will shatter them and win us the battle, maybe? They don't have anything to shoot me with. These guys are extreme range, though. That may not be close enough. Hold your fire. Finish reloading. Then advance. What a battle. Epic. I was trying to flank them, but they retreated before I could get in there. I just get real nervous maneuvering troops in front of the enemy when you have no morale. It's like sometimes you're better off standing there rather than trying to move and stop shooting for a moment. There we go, shattered them. Enemy morale is now almost equal to ours. Why is ours still going down? There we go. Victory! Ever so slightly. Alright, we defeated a huge enemy army. We got 500 gold for that. We took massive casualties. 5,000 men lost. The enemy lost about 5,000 as well. We did gain 2,300 enemy prisoners, which we could use to replace some of our losses. Not all, but some. The ammo, 800 ammo sure would be nice. I think the ammo is actually worth more than it would cost to get 1,800 recruits. It'd be 2,300 though when you consider the lost also replaced. Okay, several of the units leveled up. Volley fire replaced with fire by rank. Is one better than the other? I like the cover effectiveness though. Artillery range increased, but reload speed is decreased. I'll go with stamina. Command radius and morale. Alright, these guys leveled up to 5, so now we can make them French Grenadiers. Also removes a little bit in terms of manpower needs, because they're a slightly smaller unit. So now this guard brigade is 3 regiments of guards, and then these guys are also going to upgrade to field artillery. So this is the maxed out for the artillery on this unit. Are these guys serfs still? They are. So I'll upgrade Winnie the Pooh to Russian muskets. They sure did their job last battle, though. Credit to them. I need more manpower, though. Let's go to the encampment. And we'll pull back. So, large enemy field army approaches if I try and go for everything. Instead, we'll just take supplies and go. And then come back to Jacobstadt. Alright, we've got 1,400 gold. They don't have any available ammo left. We took all that, but... Right. 2,000... Yum. 2,000 recruits replacements just goes nowhere. And another 1,000 gone. That's all the gold we took. We're still not back to full strength. There's no more troops to recruit from here either. Part of me says we just take everything that is here and then we just burn it to the ground. Alright, at least I got some gold back. Okay. Basic half replaced with excellent. Basic spirit negative +6 charge 4 accuracy replaced with excellent. great good coats, or whatever, great coats. Replace the basic ones with great. Keep this in reserve here. Alright, now we're up to 1,400 gold. Which I could raise a new regiment with, too. Like, we've got 900, so one of our brigades is under strength, right? Yeah, so we're short one. We're gonna need more men. We're short one unit. It's just a question of what you want, right? Do we want to spend 1,000 to get already upgraded Russian veteran muskets? Do we want to go with serfs and just let them upgrade over time? Russian hussars, we really don't have much cavalry. They could come in handy. We've been doing a lot of counter charges on enemy charges on my line, so having a little bit more horse probably is not the worst idea. So we'll do that. Just spent a big chunk of my cash, but now we have 3 full brigades, less the 1,000, 1,500 or so troops that we still need to recruit. And then we'll need another 1,200 gold for raising a new brigade. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, 3 stream streaks. I just noticed those alerts, Hauser. Everybody, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Alright, how many are left? Part of me just says, let's try this. Alright, so we bought all of the food. There's no food, no recruits, no ammo left. You know what that means? The people have not given everything I demand of them. Time to burn you to the ground. Thank you for the extra 100 provisions and 40 gold. And all of these goods with which I pillaged you. Oh, by the way, do you see the town is gone? Also, I'm fighting in Russia. I'm fighting in my home country. Sorry, boys. The Tsars are the best. Okay, do I want more cover bonus or melee damage? I don't know the answer to that. Alright, so we destroyed our own town. They weren't even particularly friendly to me. Why did all the other cities vanish on the map? Are they all like, don't tell them where we are? Alright, well, we gotta get out of here, because we can't stay here. Alright, we'll go here. Reservists are available. Fewer reservists, and they cost more. Shocking, I know. Okay. We're going to need to fight again, but I need to figure out where I can replace my losses. Can we get more stuff when we go to this herd? Army marches on its stomach. Provisions? No, I've got provisions. I want the hides. I want the gold. Okay. All right. We replaced our losses mostly with the money from those hides. It'll take a little bit of time for these troops to fill the ranks out, but we should be back to our full strength here in a moment. We will work toward getting another brigade, because we are going to need those extra brigades. We're going to need 16 or 17,000 troops to defeat the main enemy field army, which is somewhere down here. They will have 18,000. Honestly, do we just go for them now? Like, if they've only got 11,000 men, can we fight them now? We'll be at more of an advantage than we were. Anyway, let's go to this outpost. Selburg is low on ammo. Really, maybe we should just be looting everything. Provide ordnance that we don't have. Fieldworks that we don't have. We'll be back. That 19,000 men? Dear Lord. All right. This count as a fieldwork item? Entrenching tools? Probably not. Let's check out the slums up here, see what we can get here. Withdrawn quarantine, burn it. Possible plague. I guess we survived. It didn't tell us that we had anything. I need to get more gold. Oh god. Another battle. The Battle of Selburg. 11,000 enemy troops. We've got 12. They've got Freikorps artillery. 3 of them. Provisional Hussars and Dragoons. Cantonist recruits. 1 Jaeger unit. They seem a little less professional than the last enemy we faced. I need the money, which you get from winning. I don't really need the casualties, but... yeah, this is the second game by the Armchair Historian gaming division. I don't know how... so what I don't know is I don't know, like, the extent to which he personally is involved, or is he, like, paying someone to make the game? I don't know. we're going to try and rush to the heights on the right flank. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Can you issue orders to your brigade as a whole? It looks like maybe you can. I'd never tried that before, but if I click on the officer, it seems to multi-select. Oh yeah, I can do that. That is super convenient. The troops in the middle form a long line, and the troops behind look like they go into assault formation or something. Well, that's so much more convenient. All right. In that case, 1st Brigade forms up on this fence line. 2nd Brigade with the guards forms up on the heights with the artillery. 3rd Brigade will probably form a bit of a reserve and sort of link the two. We'll speed things along. And for particular deployments, I will manually take control. The enemy's coming up faster than I would like. Alright, maybe the Grenadiers are actually going to be able to outflank the enemy. Try and get these guns up on this hill ASAP. Swing these veteran musketmen up here to join the line. Winnie the Pooh in reserve. Kiev Musketeers are in reserve. And we're kind of flanking these Jaegers, so some light troops of my own would probably be useful. I don't want you guys overlapped. Alright, unlimber. Unlimber. Oh god, they're going way over my flank. Winnie the Pooh will go form a reserve on this fence line over here. Might actually be better to sacrifice the flank brigade or regiment of observationists and then just refuse the line with the other troops. So are we not even shooting at the grenadiers? It doesn't, or the light troops? It doesn't really look like all of our boys are. Artillery is, which is kind of amusing because they're in loose order. Shoot at the boys in front of you. I know there's larger formations behind, but I think we've driven one enemy unit back, or at least their morale is slightly worse than our own. I want the observationists to retreat, but they're not. I'd like a fallback command where I can just order guys to withdraw. $302. French Grenadiers are getting bled white. Kiev Musketeers come up in front of them. Or behind them, or whatever. Those are my crack troops, my reserves. Well, I guess my Grenadiers should also be, huh? The Finnish Jaegers are running! The cowards. How many men do they have in here? 600? Okay. Alright, so we did rout the Jaegers at least. Fire down their line. They look like they should be very vulnerable to enfilading artillery fire. Not doing any damage to those guys? I mean, they're kind of a longer range, but you should be able to at least do some damage. Cavalry's charging into my flank. Alright, Musketeers, one more volley. Two regiments of our cavalry and an infantry regiment charging into them. My right flank unit up here, I think, died, but they're retreating here. They were shattered, not just died. Alright, we shattered their artillery with our cavalry. We charged them into the woods. They're running! Other enemy unit shattered. Do I have a favorite Age of Sail game? My nostalgia is for Age of Sail 2 by Talonsoft. I don't know that that game has aged terribly well, but that's the game I would say I have the best memories of. all their artillery retreat. Try to charge the provincials versus the cantonists that are retreating, bypassing the Prussians who are also retreating. One more volley from these veterans and then, yeah, they retreated anyway. Saw a cannonball skip right through my own cavalry. Very, the movie The Patriot. I got one cantonist regiment down here of recruits, but they're like level 5, so they're not exactly green. Doing okay. Each artillery battery's killed over 500. Horatio Nelson documentary. I mean, Ultimate General Age of Sail is probably the closest to Talonsoft's. I think it's missing a lot of the charm that makes Talonsoft special, but, you know, it's a modern version, or attempt at it. The thing I don't like as much about Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail by Game Labs is that it doesn't have... Like, the thing that made Talonsoft Age of Sail 2 special was that every single engagement during the Age of Sail, basically, was in there. And you could fight those, and, you know, whereas Ultimate General's like, alright, let's try and make it a sort of series of linked, quasi-historically inspired scenarios, but, like, not the actual battles. I think some of the later battles do get pretty big, but, like, in Age of Sail, if you want to just turn up Trafalgar, you can just play it. Talonsoft's Age of Sail, that is. So I think that's what kind of made that game different. And it was also like one of my first, that and Sid Meier's Gettysburg were like my first online multiplayer experience really in a game like that. I was like, you can do this? And I remember like being a member of certain like online sort of clans, if you will, where you would, you know, have like shortcut chat keys for like commands of like where, tack, those kind of things for your fleet. So you get like 7 or 8 people all commanding individual ships in that game. It was pretty cool. All right, victory. You don't mean the franchise. Yeah, I mean, all those Age of Sail games are kind of the same era-wise. 500 gold, which should be useful. Now, how many men did we lose? 4,000. Dear God. I can get half of them back. I mean, I think I have to do that, right? Like, I need the recruits. Is that just what makes these following acts much more difficult? Is you just don't have the manpower? Okay. Observation of muskets can be upgraded to Fusiliers. Get a better battery of artillery for these boys now, too. And all my grenadiers have Charlevilles. Better horses. All right. All these places are shit for me. All right, so I replaced all my losses. We've got 1,100 gold, which isn't quite enough for a new brigade yet. We could get better guns, though, for our artillery that we have. Bronze 6-pounders are expensive, but they have the same damage as a 12-pounder that's of iron, and they reload way faster. Geschenkt von Stück 6-pound gun. It's expensive. Iron 12 is 50 seconds. Bronze is 45. I don't see the value in that, like... I see the value in maybe the 6-pounder, but... What is a unicorn? Iron 8-pound unicorn. What is that? I'm just gonna go with the iron. It reloads slower, but it's cheaper. We'll equip that other battery of artillery of ours. I don't have any more slots in my brigades for new troops right now. Part of me is like tempted to just try and figure out a way to get more gold so we can get that new brigade ASAP. Because I do think I need it, but let's go to this next outpost and maybe we'll come back and do that if we can get a little bit more gold. Supply surplus. We can draw coin, provisions, ammo. A force like ours needs all the supplies. Oh, because we have inspired populace and tribute collection. I get all of it for free. No trade-offs. No downside. Yes, please. Okay. Let's go to the next outpost. These guys are popular. Whoa. Duck into this town before we fight that next battle. Cheap replacements, at least. Maybe we should buy them now. 33 is cheap. Makes sense to stockpile them. Maybe for provisions too. Oh, that's pretty standard. Okay. So I think the goal here... Do I still get $100 every time I go into a new town? I kind of forgot about that. Looks like I am. Alright, so what's the enemy sending at me? They have 11,000 men. I've got 11,000 men because I'm not fully re-equipped yet. And I get a free unit, right? Jaegers. Once I get that next brigade up. So if we win this battle, we'll probably suffer heavy casualties, but we've already got 4,000 recruits in our back pocket. So that may allow us to replace our losses without too much effort, or at least most of our losses. So maybe we can focus then on either veterancy or gold, so then we can raise another brigade and get us into better position. Because right now we're at day 47, enemy headquarters comes out in 139 if they don't just miraculously decide to fight early like they have been a few times. The enemy gets 18,000 men, which I do not have an army that can fight them yet. But another brigade will give me another, what, 4,500 if they're just standard musket men, plus, 600 Jaegers if one of the units is of that. So 5,000 more troops. It gets us pretty close to even. I assume I can raise a 5th brigade too eventually, but right now I think 1,200 is beyond me, let alone. Alright, we've been going for almost an hour, and this is actually where the live stream wrapped up, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please let me know your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.